Hey guys, Aidan here and welcome to my first video of 2018. This is going to be an interview with Jim Jefferies. I want to say a big thank you to everybody at Edinburgh City FC who made this video possible. I really appreciate the opportunity to sit down with Jim Jefferies and talk about his time in the dugout, his time spent with Hearts and his plans for the future of Edinburgh City. Thank you again for making this video possible and enjoy the interview. Because of the SPFL winter break, Hearts and Hibs don't have any fixtures until late January. However, Edinburgh City have 3 home games in that space of time. Hearts and Hibs season ticket holders get in for 50% off, so hopefully we'll see you soon at Ainsley Park. Good afternoon guys and welcome back to the video. Now today I'm delighted to be joined at Ainsley Park by Edinburgh City Director of Football and former Hearts player Jim Jefferies.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing this interview with me. So I'm just going to start with some questions about Hearts.
Yes,
so
no
you
problem.
made over 300 appearances for Hearts and you went on to the team as the captain. What in your opinion makes a good captain, and does having a captain really make a difference in the team?
Well, first of all, it was great that I got an opportunity to sign for the club, and having supported them as a boy, going to most of the matches, it was a great honour when I got the chance of a captain. So obviously the manager at the time obviously seen some qualities in us. I think you have to see that you've got respect to the players, that you give 100%, good, bad or indifferent every week, and it was something that he seen there's some leadership qualities in my type of player, and it was a great honour to captain the club. And fortunately, when one of the bad times we got relegated, I was captain, and very privileged to take them back up into at that time, the first division.
So managing the club over 3 spells, most notably in 1998, what was your main highlight of being in the dugout at Hearts?
In '98, greatest day of my life, and probably a lot more, and I wish I had a pound for every pair supporter that comes to this day to say that we gave them the greatest day. I think there's something a wee bit special like getting to a cup final, or something special when it's the first time in 40 years, because there's been a lot of heartache in the previous maybe 10, 20 years where Hearts were so close, but nothing happened. So it was very great honour again to, not as you say, it was an honour to captain the club, but to be the manager for the first time in 40 years to bring the cup back. And I think there's something a wee bit special when it's against one of the big Glasgow clubs in Glasgow, as we know, at Parkhead. So it was a terrific day, and a day that you have to say it's the best day of your life, and I think most of that applies to directors, supporters, players, staff and everybody, because it was a huge team effort.
How did it feel to stand on the winners' podium after winning the '98 Cup?
Well, that was just, my first reaction after the game was to go in, because I heard the SFA stopped some of the boys that were in the squad that day coming onto the pitch. So I was ushered in for an interview with BBC, but before I got there I had to make sure with the SFA that these boys were given access to the pitch to celebrate, because some of them had played in previous ties and it wasn't right that they didn't share. So once we got that interview over and back on the pitch with the boys that was in the squad, as I said, it was a great team effort, and that was one of the reasons. It was nice to see Gary Locke or Stevie Fulton take Gary Locke, who missed it through injury, who had been captain of the club, and same for myself. Billy and I have always worked closely and been a success where we've been, and it was only right that we go up and share a moment. So that was another proud moment when we lifted the Scottish Cup.
So last season the club went on a massive run where they couldn't win any games, but after the turn of the new year they managed to dig themselves out of the relegation zone and briefly sat in the playoff spaces for a few weeks. And this season history seems to be repeating itself, and with the new year just around the corner, can you see the club repeating the same trick?
Yes, I thought the club did great. I mean, last year when I come in and hardly won a game at the bottom, it was just 9th would have done, but to finish 7th, I mean, some of the performances were ground out results and everybody's favourite to go down, but to finish 7th, in fact, I think if we'd won the last game of the season, Berwick needed to win to stay up. But if we'd won that match and the results went for ourselves, we could have been in 6th place. So that would have been an unbelievable achievement. As it was, 7th place was a great achievement. But remember, it's always harder the next again year, because you're an unknown quantity. You've got to go, the adrenaline in coming up and being the underdog in the first year is always something that's in your favour. But this year, I think we're quicker this year in getting results, winning results, when we were the previous season. But there's a lot of new players come in. We've got a manager now who's got them well organised. He's been very lucky. He's played the top side. He's not been lucky with injuries or any to key players. But I think he's put together a side that's better or well organised, and will look more difficult. We've given teams more of a game in the last 5 or 6 weeks, and really we deserve any more points than we've got. But we've just got to keep going, because staying in the league is the most important this year. You can't just do it 1 year and then think you're going to finish 3rd or 4th the next year. It's a natural thing, maybe 2-3 seasons consolidating in that league and then going from there, and I think that's what the plan is.
So I've noticed that City seem to have quite a strong relationship with Hibs, having taken a few of their promising youth players in Ryan Fochis and Lewis Allen on loan. However, as far as I know, no young Hearts players have been signed by Edinburgh City. Can you see that changing in the future?
Well, hopefully we can, but that's up to the manager. If I can help that way, whether to go to see a player or whether to make contact, then that's part of my job. But for getting players, whether they're from Hibs or Hearts or anywhere else, it has to be James Donner's decision, because it's not right that I should pick the player and they come in and interfere in anything like that. I'm only there to assist when asked, or a bit of advice. And like this week, Jim and I had a chat about the future in terms of, after at the transfer window, what we require, what our plans were, and I've got a job there to do for him in terms of making contact and finding out who can be available. But at the end of the day, it will be his decision.
And there's been a change of management this season, with long-term manager Gary Jordan being replaced with James McDonough in his first managerial role. Is your relationship and input towards the two managers any different? So, like, you might have had to help James more than Gary, or something different? What's changed? No,
I think I've had to help Gary more, because, as I say, he was new to the professional ranks, did a fantastic job here. I was sad to see him go. It was funny enough against the day's opponents. I think a way that he made that decision, maybe he felt it was the time to go because of his expectation levels. One or two things I think he was getting a bit frustrated with, which is totally, as I say, his decision again. But nothing changed for me. It was about James coming. I helped in the process. He drawn up a short list. There was 30 applicants for the job, which was incredible. Some good names. Some of them were just, some that might have got an interview but couldn't come until a couple of weeks later. But we needed somebody right away. James was recommended to me by Peter Houston, who spoke very highly about him, because, remember, James has been 6 years full time at Hibs in the academy. He's brought through a lot of young boys to the Hibs, and then he goes to Falkirk, who's 3 years in the first division, or the championship, full time. So he's got, for somebody, he's got a great track record that people maybe sometimes didn't recognise who he is. But James is well organised, worked with professional players, and I think it's a bit of a coup that we got him, But I think as I said to James, the frustration will be working with part-time players as opposed to full-time players. So it's going to be he's going to be a big learning curve for him himself. And but I think he'll go in and do a good job for us.
Thank you very much for doing the interview.
Okay.